to welcome to Tim's Main at Sports. And today I got a very special guest to bring in. As everybody knows, this is not only a Detroit Lions show, but it is a show about all sports. And I want you guys to all welcome my guest, a great friend of mine, also a great friend of my our co-host or actually my co-founder of Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Um, but this is, please welcome Vincent. Wow. Hello, welcome, Vince.
Good morning.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, okay, tell me a little bit about yourself. Also, tell me what team you really like, both in NFL and also in college. What your expectations are on your team and how you became a fan.
Oh, let's see here. Originally from Muskegon Heights, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Currently, I work as a pharmacy technician at Walgreens, and I spent numerous years as a firefighter EMT. Um, one of my one of my passions is riding my bicycle when I'm not doing stuff like this. And let's see here, my favorite teams: Chicago Bears by a long shot. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. And go blue. U of M, big fan. Detroit Lions, you took one of the good players. You took Aiden Hutchinson from there, so good for you guys. Couldn't be better. Now the Chicago Bears,
Mm-hmm.
that is all my friend's fault. That's your fault, Tim. That's Jimmy's fault. That's the whole host of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me such grief about trying to figure out because I was young and didn't really know a lot about sports and stuff, and I really liked Walter Payton, and
Okay.
he was one of my big favorite people in football. And so it was like, okay. And I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of a little wishy washy. And they're like, well, you can't be a fair weather fan. Either you like them or you don't. And I'm like, well, fine, then I'll like them. And I did. And I've never looked back. And I couldn't be happier with the team I picked because really, if you look at it, it's one of the greatest teams in the NFL to date.
Yeah. And Grander 12 says, hi, Vince.
Who?
Grander 12.
Okay. Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing?
All right. So, as we know, I mean, we were talking a little bit before the show. You guys are in rebuilding mode, full rebuilding, different coach. Uh, so, what is your outlook for this season?
I, a lot of people, a lot of analysts are saying they're going to go maybe 3, 4 wins. I don't, I don't see that. I'm thinking maybe a 6 or 8 win season. This isn't the team that you've seen last year. This is truly a rebuild team. I
Mm-hmm.
get that. But what it is a team of young players. They're buying into the coach's ideas. They want to play. They have good energy. They've really put together a lot of good things. If you look at the preseason, people say, well, you can't look at the preseason and really say what the season's going to be like, but yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Fields, what he did last year versus what he's doing this year. The footwork, the speed, the control of the offense. He's just strong quarterback. I mean, I think what we were seeing in the very last game there, was it Cincinnati? Um,
Right.
Last game, I mean, he showed what he could actually do. I
Yeah.
mean, that was just good playing. I don't care what defense he was playing at that point. I don't care if it was first, second, third, fourth. I don't care who they were playing against Cincinnati. That just shows
Mm-hmm.
that there is some potential there that line is going to do. Is the line great? The offensive line? No. Am I a little worried about
Right.
what's going to happen to Fields in the long and the short? Yeah. I mean, look at what's coming up today. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we got to contain Bosimo.
Right.
That's going to be a big test for Jenkins and a whole host of other ones
Okay.
to really show what they've been taught, and can they actually really do something with that? I mean, this is a big test. Look at the defense now. They have a second-year quarterback on San Francisco's side this
R-
year.
Right.
Same thing that we have. So again, this may come down to what the defenses do on either side.
Yeah. But Now one thing about preseason, I do think that for some teams that are up and coming, it's more important to win those games
I do.
because you're establishing winning. Now, you cannot compare preseason because I mean it's different for every team. Because like when the of course when Lions went on 16, they won every preseason game. So I mean, for some teams, preseason means absolutely nothing. But to establish winning, which the Bears are trying to do, is it's good to kick off, but you cannot give it. I mean, you cannot just go ahead and say I did good. You still got to perform against the top people when it comes time to.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
and a lot of that is attitude too, as well as having the players.
well,
Okay, go ahead.
and the thing that the coach was trying to establish, when you win, and again, like I was talking about earlier when we were talking off camera
Hmm.
or off the show, when I was talking about my days to be in the fire department. So you go out there during the preseason and you get 3 wins. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, that's easy because of the way the teams are playing a little bit soft, et cetera, whatever. Doesn't matter. What the coaching staff is trying to do is establish uh, the mental mindset, trying to establish a winning pattern, trying to establish what it's going to take or what it's going to feel like, or they're going out there and they're playing hard. It doesn't matter who they're playing against, and that's the biggest thing people need to take
Right,
away is they're playing with that hits mentality that Everfluss is trying to put in there.
right.
So when they're playing that way, doesn't matter. They're going to play this way in preseason and they're going to play this way in regular season. So that in of itself tells you that there's some discipline there that needs to be there. That's
Hmm.
telling you that this team is buying into what he's coaching. This team, and if they buy into this, even a young team can do well.
Right.
So I think that people need to kind of just really pay attention to them, and especially Detroit Lions. If Detroit Lions even want to think about a possible postseason run,
Hmm.
the Bears need to be on their radar and pay attention to them. Because
Oh
if
yeah,
not, the Bears are going to run right through them without question.
yeah. And I'll tell you, I cannot be more agreeable with you than that because I'll tell you over the years, and we have seen this where the Lions have went ahead and balled up against good teams. Have went ahead and I know it's been a while since they balled up against good teams and played really well against some that would even considered being great teams. I mean, there's been countless of times, and like I said, not in recent years, where the Lions have went ahead and beat the previous year um, Super Bowl champs, but then go ahead and lay an egg against somebody that they should have easily beat. Because you got to have that mindset. You know, you cannot go ahead and take anybody for granted, uh, whoever they are, before the game starts. At the same time, you cannot go ahead and put anybody on that pedestal as being unbeatable because you got to go in and you got to, this is my game. I'm going to do what it takes to win. I'm going to make you beat me. I am the one that is planning to win the game. And this is a team mentality that you need to have. And it does sound like Chicago has that. Detroit has been building towards that. I, last year, Detroit lost a lot of close games. All right. But this year, I think that's going to be different. I think that they realize that you got to go ahead and ball out and you got to complete the game. You cannot go ahead and just, you got to correct your mistakes. You got to go ahead and just follow through. All right. Back to you, Vince.
Yeah, and I think with what the Bears are planning to do this year, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be interesting. I mean, yeah, they've cut a lot of bad contracts out of there. A lot of
Right.
people have a lot of things to say about it, but this is a different era. You're talking about Poles coming in there. He's a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
You look what he did. Look what he did with the talents in Kansas City when he was in charge of that. The man is very, very gifted with his understanding of business. And
True.
so he's approaching it from that side of it, and that's the takeaway that you have to kind of grab onto. And yeah, there's some downsides, and people don't like to do that, and maybe they don't want to stomach that, but that's okay. So you take the fact that he's going in there and he's managing it from the business side. That's what he should do.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing personal. If you don't like that, sorry, but this is what it's going to be. Then he brings in a coach that is a coach. Two separate things here. The coach is going to the GM and saying, "Hey, this is what I need to build the team," and so Ryan is going out there and getting him what he needs to build the team and do it right. Good contracts. You get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, you don't want to get rid of all these great players, but you have to. You have to be able to have that money so you can take these young players and build on young players. Because guess what? Those older players, they're not going to last that much longer. I'm sorry, they're not Tom Brady.
Right. So basically, they're building for the future too, but still trying to contain some of the
loss.
The present. Yeah, and of course we all have a salary cap we gotta work.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the cap space they put together.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to take care of all this stuff and still have a team that can win. They're still trying to protect Fields on when he's playing. So, do I think that they've got the perfect offensive line? No. But what they have is the perfect quarterback that can counterbalance that with his footwork and with his mobility.
True.
He's not going to just stay in the pocket. He's not going to just stay there and take a beating. He's actually having plays worked around him so that he can actually do something for a change instead of just being a target like he was last year. That's what he was. He was a target, a very high-paid target. Yeah. Not what you want for your quarterback.
Okay. I don't want to ignore the comments. So, of course, Grander Trout says, what brings out the maniac in you? Tim's Maniac Sports. So, Vince, what brings out the maniac in you? And what I mean by that is what really gets you excited where you're going to act crazy when you see something,
I think it's going to be the offensive line that we have not seen in time past. That's going to be my excitement because I cannot wait to see what Fields does with Cole Kmet, with Mooney. I can't wait to see with all that they've added. They've added all these players. They have a receiving team that is, people say, no, it's not a quality. It is. It's young. It's unproven. But that does not mean that team is not adequate. And when they start throwing that ball downfield and they start balling out there, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see people be wrong about the Chicago Bears because that's going to be the mistake everybody's going to have in their head is that they can't ball out. They are going to ball out this year. And that defensive line, it's going to be great.
Okay, cool. All right.
So they don't have Khalil Mack. Who cares? We don't need them.
Right. Yeah, you don't. And it's giving away one player to get more players. And better. Yeah, right. Stephen King says, what's up, guys?
Morning.
All right. Yeah, and good morning. And, hey, football is up. Okay, now what brings out the maniac in me? Now, I'll tell you what. This is what brings out the maniac in me. Getting Hayden Hutchinson to go ahead and sack whoever quarterback is going ahead and trying to beat the Lions. That's one of the things that will bring out the maniac in me. All right. And also beating the Packers. All right. What's your thought? Yeah, Vince. What is your thought as far as where Aaron Rodgers, definitely a great quarterback, but the rivalry between the Bears and Green Bay, that's one of the things that's, I remember when the Bears used to be better than Green Bay and looked upon, and basically Green Bay went ahead and fought their way into it. But Aaron Rodgers' statement last year to your crowd in your guys' stadium was he owns the Bear. So what is your message as a fan to Aaron Rodgers?
Me? simple message, and in this way I see it. And I've heard this from a couple other NFL players, and I think they're right. I think the Bears should have taken exception to that. Somebody should have taken a fine, a suspension, whatever. Put him on the ground. I don't care. Take a late hit, whatever. You know what? Take that personally. You take that personally and you play with that, because you know what? Somebody should have went up there and shut his mouth. You don't own anybody. You don't own us. You know, to talk like that, that's garbage. That's garbage. And for them as a team, they should have stood up to that. Put him on his back a couple times. I don't care if there's a late hit. I don't care if there's a fine. Put him on his back. Shut his mouth.
Right.
Statement. That's just where it's at. You know, if you want to be the monsters of the Midway, then you got to shut people up like that. And, you know, I don't condone being aggressive, but sometimes you have to be. It's football.
Yeah, football is not tiddlywinks. It's not tennis. It's not golf. It is a collision type game. It is some, you know, if we wanted to see flag footballs, that would be boring. Right. But football is a contact and a collision sport.
That's right. And for me personally, I think that when we play Green Bay, you're going to see a whole different mentality with that defense. I'm really hoping, because I really want to see him pay. I do, big time. And unfortunately, we didn't get Aiden Hutchinson, so I really can't wait to watch the Lions play Green Bay, because I really think Aiden Hutchinson is going to put some hurt on Aaron Rodgers, and that I am looking forward to watching. I'm not a big Lions fan in certain categories, but that one I am, because I want to see that boy wreak some havoc on defenses, except ours, of course, you know. But
yeah, I know we got it. I mean,
because any team was going to have a hard time with that kid. So,
exactly. Okay, now as far another thing that really is going to bring up that really bothers me is everybody's giving Green Bay the NFC North before it even starts. You know, I mean, hell, they got a few good teams that they got to get past first. And of course, I want my Lions to win the Green Bay, or I want the Lions to beat Green Bay twice. That would be great. That would be awesome. And that would really bring out the maniac in me, of course. But I also want the Lions to beat, you know, to win the NFC North and actually knock Green Bay on his ass. Because, hey, it's Aaron Rodgers isn't God. And he did lose his best wide receiver this year. Okay? So, hey, the Lions are a better team. I want them to a better team than what they were last year, and I want them to go ahead and throw Aaron Rodgers on his ass and stop anybody else from getting those scores. And I also don't want the good old referees to go ahead and change the outcome. If Green Bay beats us, I want them to beat us legally, not by stupid bad calls, crap like that. And I don't want the Lions to win that way either. I want it to be decided on the field by the players.
Well, I think for the Lions, I bet that's cute. I think the Lions probably going to be a wild card this year for the playoffs if they do anything at all. I mean, the first few games are going to tell a lot about the Detroit Lions. But like I said, they're going to have obstacles in their way, and the two biggest obstacles they're going to have in their way this year is going to be Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers. I honestly do not see the Lions able to beat the Bears twice in one season. That's not going to happen. I don't see the Lions being able to beat Green Bay twice in one season. Do I think that they're going to split? Yeah, I can see the split coming. I can see Detroit Lions finishing in second in the NFC there, but beyond that, I don't know. The rest is a wild card because really it's going to depend on the Bears.
Now,
I mean, that's your biggest. That's going to be your biggest wild card right there. It's not going to be Green Bay. It is truly going to be Chicago, and some say Minnesota. Which again, if all four teams have a good season, this could be real interesting this year. It may be hard for one team to come out decisively well this year. I mean, this may be one of these years where, let's say, an 8-win season gets you in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, it could.
That would be odd, but I mean, we could get there.
Yep. Well, we haven't had that happen before. You know, where 8-win season has gotten teams into the playoffs. But as far as I mean, there's been times when the Lions have had worse teams and they beat Green Bay twice. They have never won the NFC North, of course. But there's been times as far as for head-up record where they have been, where they have won more games between each other's teams. It's been a while back, and I think that was a year that when the was when the Chicago won the North. That year that we beat Green Bay twice. We beat Chicago once and Minnesota once. So we ended up being the best between the conference games or the interdivisional games, but we have never won the North. So it's possible to beat those, but is it probable? Who knows?
Well, I think the Bears, I think they're going to win it today by a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah.
I really see that today. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yep.
I think the Bears are going to pull it out today. I could be wrong on that one, but I think so. The one that I'm pretty sure about is next week is Green Bay in Green Bay. I do predict the Bears are going to win that one.
Okay.
Hands down, they're gonna beat Green Bay. They're going to show up. They're going to embarrass them in their own stadium. That's what I'm predicting, and that's what I'm really hoping for.
The hopium's flowing in you, Vince.
What's that?
I said the hopium is flowing in you.
Well,
you said you can. You're not licensed to give shots and stuff. So I guess you got that flowing through your veins now. The hopium.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
I'm looking for that. And honestly, if the Bears actually do pull it off and win next week in Green Bay, they just might surprise Green Bay and beat them twice this year.
Right.
And I'm telling you, here's the thing, and this is what I would watch for. Just watch the Bears, how they go this year.
Yep.
If they pull off today and they do it decisively, that's the first thing you need to notice. Because if they just win by a touchdown or a field goal, that's manageable, and that can happen in any given Sunday. But if the Bears actually go out there and do it decisively, pay close attention to the Bears from this point on out. Because the thing is, if they do it decisively, or even if they win this game this time, and they go into Green Bay and they beat Green Bay, everybody needs to sit up and pay attention to the Bears, because there's something going on that side, and that even the Lions need to pay attention at that point. Because if the Bears go 2-0 starting out, this could be one of those seasons that just becomes a Cinderella season for the Bears.
Right.
Do I think it's likely? In my heart of hearts, this is what I want more than anything else. But I also am a real person, and I get it. This is a rebuild, and rebuild teams generally do not win Super Bowls or championships. It's not the normal.
Right.
But again, any given Sunday.
Yep. And basically what you got to do is what the team needs to do is make any given Sunday every given Sunday.
Exactly. And that's what I'm hoping for. And I know the Lions are hoping for that too.
Oh, yeah.
No, here you go. Here's a wild prediction. Maybe this could happen. You might like this. You might not like this.
I probably won't with that cocky grin on your face there.
It could happen. Maybe the Bears are going to finish second, and maybe the Lions are going to finish first this year.
Oh, I would love that.
maybe Green Bay is going to finish third.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not likely, but there's a lot of right things that say that maybe I'm just wishful thinking, but it could happen.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There are teams that can make that happen. All right. Well, first of all, as far as having Green Bay finish fourth, because I'd much rather see them finish fourth. All right.
Just don't
But
see it unless
yeah, I know. But there are teams. I mean, you guys ball up, and stuff like that. Beat them in 2 games. Who knows what could happen? Lions go ahead and beat them 2 games, or even 1-1 against them. And stuff like that. If if we don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to do against these teams without his best receiver being gone. We don't know, and we just got to go ahead and we got to put the hurt out. We got to contain. And hey, I'm not giving up the Lions. And there's a lot of people saying the Lions are going to lose to the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles went ahead. They killed us last year. All right, we're a different team this year. This still needs to be, the game still needs to be played. And I don't care if I would love to see the Lions go ahead and kill the Eagles. I want to see that. But
So let's
I
see.
just want to win.
So what? They're giving Philadelphia 5.5 points to win.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the X factor. You've got Aiden Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You have a good chance to win. I mean, come on, really. Let's face it. You've got a good.
Mm-hmm. We got a better receiving core than what we had. I mean, yeah, the defense can be suspect, but last week the defense played the starting defense played a lot better against Pittsburgh when they were out there. They kept them out of the end zone. All right.
That's going to be a deciding factor. And
yeah. So this defense,
they're going to win.
Yeah. Aaron Glenn needs to have his people ready, and believe me, he's doing all he can. You also have the Ben Johnson, which has worked closely with Jared Goff to go ahead and get this offense tailor-made for Jared Goff. We got better receivers than what we had last year, and also some of the receivers that we had last year are more mature than they were last year. So heck, I see we could go ahead and take this game. We could win this game.
Yeah, that's going to be the deciding factor.
Let's get back to some of the comments. Okay, Grinder 12 says bad driving on the road brings out the maniac. All right, that is true. Someone road rage. All right, Tim wants to release the bliplar if the Lions don't play well. Yeah. All right, that again from Grinder 12. And let's see here. Another one from Tim's Maniacs. Signed the Detroit Lions Gridiron Heroes fighting song. Okay. All right. Let's just freaking bring out the Maniac and kick some ass. Okay. That'll be my song. But I'm not going to sing because I have a terrible voice. All right. So
thank you for sparing us.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm never going to be a recording
you want
artist.
Your team to win, that would not be adequate to make them win.
No. Unless I just went ahead and put it on the where just the other teams play. If the other team could go ahead and hear my damn singing voice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You can make that the direction.
All right. It was worth a shot. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? No. I'm not going to sing. But maybe Vince will sing Baby Shark for us. No, I'm joking.
Not even happening. Not today or any other day for that matter.
Yeah.
I am not the singer in the bunch.
Yeah. So what do you think, Vince, is your strongest aspect on the right now as far as for the Bills or Bears?
What's their strongest aspect right now?
Yeah.
I think it's they're playing with that mental toughness now. I think that they're playing with a new system that Everfluss has put into place. That they are going out there and they are going full on in practice. They're going full on. They're doing full speed practices, full speed push in everything that they do.
Okay.
They've really bought into what he's put into place. And if you look at what worked in Indianapolis, it worked really well for their defense. I mean, he was great with it there. So you take that and you put that into the system. I think this team is really buying into that. And I think that's going to be the biggest aspect. I mean, it's going to show everything come today and the following days after. But today is going to be that big day to see if that comes true. That those aspects are in play. I mean, that's going to be huge. Yeah. I can't wait to see that. I can't.
Okay. All right. You may have already answered this in your explanation, but okay. Who gets the Bears' first touch? No, actually, you didn't answer that. Who gets the Bears' first TD today, Vince?
I'm going to go with Mooney. It's going to be Mooney. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
If not Cole Kmet. I mean, but those, I honestly am going to have 2 picks on that because it's going to be Mooney or it's going to be Kmet. I mean, really, you got 2 great players that are functioning well with Fields, and look for it. And I mean, especially deep down the field. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And right. Fields has the arm to do it. So watch that game because if they blow that open, wow. Can't wait. Sorry.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. Yep. All right.
Great.
Okay, he got another question here. Vince, 3 keys for the Bears to beat the 49ers today. Man, he's giving it to you. Okay.
I'm good. Great because I can answer it. First and foremost, that defense has got to contain Trey Lance. They got to contain the QB on that side. Second of all, Fields has got to establish the run game early. That's got to happen. Whether it's him running or the team running. Either way, that run game has got to go. And he has got to have control of that team. If all those fall into place, we're great. We are great. Because when Fields is leading the team and that team is moving the way it should be, they're going to be unstoppable.
Right.
They're young, they're inexperienced, but they're going to play and they're going to win. That's what I think. Good question.
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you. How many years away do you think the Bears are from actually being contenders to, in the playoffs, Super Bowl? I mean, what's your expectation as far as the growth of the Bears are going to be?
I think this is going to be this year will be their proving ground. This is going to be where we see a lot of things shake out. So this year, if they can at least have a 6 or 8 win season, I think they'll be contenders next year without a question.
Okay.
I see that. I mean, look for them in the Super Bowl within the next 3 years. I honestly see that. I mean, for whatever stupid reason, if they have a Cinderella season this year, and I've talked about it, they could be in the playoffs this year. It could happen. Do I think they're good contenders for winning in the playoffs this year? No. I mean, but could they make it there? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Grandisrov has another one. Okay. I heard a stat that Trey Lance has only thrown around 400 passes attempts since high school. Is that crazy?
That is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So 400 passes.
So it seems like he must be more of a mobile quarterback if he's.
Yeah.
So basically, the way to beat Lance would be to just contain the run. If he's not as good at passing, so and
That's why I said you got to shut down
Yeah.
Vince. I mean, that you contain him, you
Mm-hmm.
got the game.
Yep. Exactly.
And unfortunately, Trey Lance and Fields are of the same kind of cloth, except Fields has the better arm and has the better command of this situation.
Okay. Now this one is for me. All right, Grander 12. Yeah, all right. You're trying to bring out the maniac in me with this question. All right. If the Bears have a better record than the Lions, Tim, will you become a maniac or will you become a Bears fan? Man, those be fighting words.
Hey,
Hell to the no, man. Hell no. There's no way. I mean, yeah, I will give respect to the Bears. I will give credit to the Bears. But no, I am a Lions fan through and through. I mean, my blood runs through there is Honolulu blue. Yeah, if I cut it open, it's going to be red. But I mean, I'm a Lions fan. So no way. Hell no. No way. Absolutely not. Okay.
I have a better idea.
Yes.
I have a better idea. If the Bears have a better season
Mm-hmm.
than the Lions, the podcast you do after that
Mm-hmm.
should have the background of the Chicago Bears, and you should wear a Chicago Bears shirt.
Okay. But okay, there needs to be something for you then too. All right, I will do that.
Well,
Okay, you will appear on my podcast in a Detroit Lions shirt or hat,
fair enough.
and the other one will need. And I'm gonna add one thing that we will both need to go ahead and with the most serious face that we got, admit that team was better than us that year.
Oh, I guess I'm going to have to go for it.
All right.
And by the way, you see I have backup back here behind me.
All right. Yeah.
Can you see my pup in the background?
Oh, okay. Yep. I can see him. Yep. All right. Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
Look, you got to kind of compete a little bit. You got to kind of put it out there.
Oh, yeah.
That'll help your fan there. Was it Grandizer 12? I hope that that works for you.
Yeah. And so what are you going to do, Grandizer 12? If the Lions have a better record than the Bears, or if the Bears have a better record than the Lions? I mean, are you going to be the referee between me and Vince? The bet is on. At least
I think we're on a podcast there, so I don't get myself into
it. In super hot wings. Oh God! No, I could never do that. I mean, everybody knows how fuzzy I am. I could never eat no super hot wings.
Oh, now that sounds good. Do you get some ranch or blue? Actually, I want blue cheese with those. Man, that'd be good.
All right. Yeah. See the comment there?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty tough. I can eat hot wings, no problem.
Right. All right. All right. And here's what I'll say. Good job. Well done.
That's all we're going to get out of him. That's it.
Right. Well, I mean, this bet is kind of funny because it kind of reminds me of a bet that I lost with a couple years ago. Me and a friend at work, he's actually a good helper on this podcast, especially in the Man Sports Facebook group, Kevin. We just, the first year that when he's a real Brady fan. All right. I mean, and on one of my podcasts I did this week, I had a shirt that I had to wear saying that I am a Lions fan, but Brady is my quarterback. On the back, I didn't show it on that, but he got a goofy ass picture of me with that, and I will sometime go ahead and show that on the podcast, but I just don't want to do that today. But I mean, I wore it to work a couple of times and stuff like that because I lost that bet where It was, I mean, I think the Lions had to win like 8 games that season. They didn't even come close, and not the Patriots, the Buccaneers, they went ahead and they won the Super Bowl, so that's why I lost that bet.
Well, and that brings me to my next jump from one thing to the next.
Yeah,
Go Blue.
yeah,
Where did Brady come from?
exactly, and there has, I mean, okay,
Michigan. Go ahead.
not to go ahead and put Chris Gilman off, but there's not been a lot of, I mean, there's not been a, yeah, well, I should fact check before, but I mean, the Lions have not really gotten a lot of those Michigan players before. You know, in recent history, they have gotten Ohio State players and stuff like that. But now they got a Michigan player that he's just gonna really just ball out. He's just gonna unleash the beast on a lot of running backs. A lot of quarterbacks this year. And hey, that's Michigan. Michigan is tough. They play, yeah, they're starting to come back into it now. They had their downtime, but Michigan players, they know how to be tough. I mean, shoot, Brady, he was picked. He had picked in the 7th round of the draft.
Yep.
He was a backup to somebody, to Drew Bledsoe, to Drew Bledsoe. If Drew Bledsoe never gets hurt, does Brady ever become Brady? I mean, become what he is today? I mean, thank God for, if you're a Patriots fan, I heard that one time, and Brady was able to show what he could be.
Yeah. Well, and look at Michigan's putting together watch for J.J. McCarthy. Might be the next Detroit Lions quarterback if they're smart.
Right.
Don't grab Cade McNamara. You want J.J. McCarthy. I mean, J.J. McCarthy, watch what he does this year with Michigan. I think if he stays really healthy, wow, cannot wait.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for so long for them to let J.J. McCarthy loose on that football field. The kid is exciting, great player. He is going to be one of the big ones up and coming. Mark for that. He is just look at how many touchdowns. I mean, he put together 11 and 12 last night. Yeah, it was a soft team, whatever. But he still had to go out there and put those numbers on the board. He still had to perform the way he did. He still had to throw that football the way he did.
Right.
He made all that happen last night. An incredible job. Incredible.
And actually, yeah, I mean, not to interrupt, but actually, that's what I've been hearing. And he is that guy, and he's ready now.
Oh yeah,
he's ready now. So hey, to me, I mean, and this is the way I feel. Whoever's going to get that job done for you, you got to play him.
Yep.
Now, Vince, did you ever see the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
No, I have not.
Okay. One of these days, check out that movie. It might tell you some of the reasons why the Lions have struggled in the past. Because the best racer on the Ford team was told to hold back so that another racer could actually win the race. If you want your team or whatever to be the best, you got to put that best person, whoever it is, up front to handle that task.
That's right. Well, we're going to see how things shake out for this year, but you watch Michigan. I'm telling you, Michigan is going to be a powerhouse this year. They're going to be something to see. I mean, I'm probably more excited about football, college football, than I am about my Chicago Bears sometimes, just because I really love watching what Harbaugh has done with the team. A lot of people don't agree with that, but you know what? He's putting numbers up on the board. He's putting things together for that team. He's making them a team to be reckoned with. And J.J. McCarthy this year, wow. And Corum, oh my goodness, look at him. Just phenomenal. So we'll see. We will see. Are they going to be Ohio State this year? Emphatically this year. Are they going to be State? Yes, they are.
Yeah, and it's time to make Ohio State afraid to say the name of Michigan again.
If I could say it on the show, I would tell you what exactly I want Ohio State to be.
Yeah. And if you can think of clean words. I mean, just don't get me banned from YouTube.
Yeah, no, I won't. I'm pretty good at censoring, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Ohio State, yeah, are they good? They're a great team, but I think this is Michigan's time. Yeah, Michigan needs to play up and really do well this year. I mean, if they can do well and get into the playoffs, do they have a chance at a championship? Yeah, they really do. They've got the team to do it. They don't have Aiden Hutchinson this year, but I think they've got what it takes to get there. So we'll see.
Yeah, they're actually playing their defense and winning by basically their defense is playing by committee, and they're all stepping up. You know, so that sure you don't have that one player, but you got a defensive team that's going ahead and doing it. So and that's what that's one thing. I mean, it's not always that one player. It's how you work as a unit.
That's right.
And that's why football is a team sport. You may have that one player that will help you out more than others in that unit, but then it's, hey, what happens if that one player gets hurt? You need a strong unit, and that's why a lot of that's why the Detroit Lions are different than what they used to be. They're building the trenches. They're not only, they're not just always going for those flashy players. I mean, we're building in that trenches. We're not, I mean, Hudson was taken number 2 overall. And last year we got Penei Sewell, of course. A few years back we got Frank Ragnow. So so they're building the core, because without that strong core, you're going to collapse. I mean, look at what Matthew Stafford went through so many years. When you did, we had, of course, people known as the GOAT. We had Matthew Stafford. You had Calvin Johnson. But how many playoff wins did they win? Now, granted, if it wouldn't have been for the way the rest were, we should have beaten Chicago in the playoffs. Or not Chicago, Dallas in the playoffs. I mean, there were so many bad calls in that one. We should have beat them. But that's behind the.
Well, look at the bright side. Detroit, they developed a great quarterback that went to another team and won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Go, guys.
Yeah.
Take that shot.
Yeah. All right. Marco Mike is watching the show, and everybody make sure you hit this like button and stuff like that. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel. All right. Marco Mike. Tim. All right. And make sure you check out his show. And he also said, Grands, what's up? Now, anybody who, I mean, do you know much about Micro Mike, Vince?
Not much.
Okay. Actually, he's one of He's actually a full-time streamer now. Works for Trad Sport and actually is on the payroll for uh, Lions Nation Unite. Great guy, great channel. Check him out. Um, each of his channels. So yeah, definitely. All right, and of course, uh, Grander says hi to Micro Mike back. Smash Deal. Oh, definitely. Uh, okay. Maniac Tim, we better be the Maniac this game. Hell yeah, we better be the Maniac this game. Yep. And good luck to your Lions today, Micro Mike. Definitely. And he's not only Micro Mike's Lions, it's my Lions too, of course. And of course, um, we need it grand. Ha ha ha. Yeah, we do need, and thanks for the luck. Definitely. All right. So, anything else you want to add, Vince?
Only one last final thing.
Yep.
I told you I was going to do it because I'm me. I don't care.
Okay. All right. And I think I know what you're talking about.
You know,
Do you want to make that in your final thoughts?
one of my final thoughts for ESPN personality Dominique Foxworth.
Mm-hmm.
Are you out of your mind? I will definitely call you out on any podcast, anywhere, anytime. To say that Fields should trade so he can thrive in the NFL, you must not be talking about the same football team or football game that I'm talking about. You must not know much about leadership quality or anything for that matter. This is a rebuilding team. He is thriving. He is going to thrive in the NFL. This is his chance to do something unique, to be on a team that is building and to win a championship and win a Super Bowl. That's what I think. And so for you to say the things that you did are very unfounded. I don't think that you're talking from the right side where you should be. You need to look at your facts a little bit more closely when you're predicting things like that. This is a quality team in the Chicago Bears. Are they young? Yes. Are they unproven? Yes. Do I think they have the ability to win games? I do. And today, Micro Mike, easy prediction. Bears are going to win it by at least a field goal or a touchdown. That's my goal, go-to for that. And for the Detroit Lions, I don't know what they're going to do, but they need to close that gap today. They got they're down, they're underdogs. Eagles are predicted 5.5 points, but I honestly think you have a game changer in Aiden Hutchinson. I think if they play him and they play him well today, well, I think that's going to be your difference maker right there. That defense, if they come with that intensity that they need to, that I have seen from Aiden Hutchinson in time past with Michigan, I honestly think your defense is going to win it for you today. So for the Lions, good luck. I think you have a chance today to do something spectacular. So do it.
Yep. All right. And okay. My final thoughts. Yeah, I think that the Lions are going to figure out a way to win it. I do think that they will use the strengths that they do have on the offense. If they go ahead and they use a play action pass, run the game, and you go ahead and you make Hurts throw. You got to go ahead and take the run away from Hurts. You got to make him uncomfortable, put pressure on him. Get that, get in that backfield, get in that face of his. All right, that's what we got to do, because if he got to rush his throws, we got to help those cornerbacks because hey, we can't go ahead and just let those cornerbacks be running, down the field, because it's going to be hard for them to stay on the receivers all the time. So, hey, getting in that backfield quick, contain that run, and I think the Lions can go ahead and win. And this prediction is an outrageous prediction, and a lot of it is because to bring some extra luck to the Lions. But whenever Luke G does say that whenever I do a outrageous prediction, the Lions seem to win. So 35-7, Detroit Lions over the Eagles.
Outrageous, but
Yeah,
could have.
right. So um, I do think if the Bears can go ahead and control the ball, I do think the Bears can go ahead and come up with a victory.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be spectacular.
No,
I think
right,
it's going to be a slugfest. I mean, and the Bears need to bring that smash mouth type of football back to the football field.
right. Okay. Um, if the opportunity not okay, if opportunity knocks and Tim's Maniac Sports not home, opportunity waits.
Where are they playing at today?
They are playing at Detroit.
Oh, so here we go.
Yep.
I really see a win coming for them.
Yep.
Let's hope big things are coming for both our teams.
Mm-hmm.
But only one gets to wear the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's it. May the best team win.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And shoot. Hey. And let's just hope the best team is the Lions. Of course, you hope the best team is the and we at least the one game when we're not at we gotta do this the day of the game too when the Bears and the Lions play. We gotta do this again.
Oh, now that's going to be fun because
Oh yeah.
there's going to be a lot of wins and losses along the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to tell a tale of those teams when they play each other. It
Mm-hmm.
should make the game really interesting.
Yeah, it should. It should. But we've been at this. Let's see, just about an hour. So it's been a good show. It's been a good show. Um, but yeah, Vince and I and Val will be going to see the Bears game this year at the at Ford Field. So it's going to be fun. Of course, it's going to be weird too because yeah, Val's a Bears / Lions fan. All right, I'm definitely a Lions fan. Vince is a Bears fan, so I'm going to be sitting near to Bears fans.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Yeah. But I'll have a lot of my other buddies there too. Hey, yeah, and thanks for the Facebook like. Now, of course, I cannot always see all your Facebook, all your questions from Facebook for some reason. I do my best in trying to answer the questions and stuff, but I do appreciate anybody who's watched this show, anybody who sends it out. Yeah, make sure you guys try to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Tim's Maniac Sports. Sometimes you can find it better if you look up Tim's Maniac Sports for some reason. But subscribe to that channel. Let's get the listeners up. I really thank everybody that has been looking for or interacting in my Facebook group, Tim's Maniac Sports. I thank you guys. That thing's been growing. Also, do you got any plugs in any things that you want to plug in for your? I know you don't have a podcast or anything, but do you got anything as far as anyone that you want to watch that is a Chicago Bears that you may? Do you watch any Chicago Bears podcast or anything?
No, I just do a lot of reading.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So,
but I do have one plug to put in there though,
mm-hmm.
and it's a special one.
Okay.
Special one, and it's near and dear to my heart. My favorite people on the planet. Just a shout out to all my brothers and sisters. Today is 9/11.
Exactly.
God love us all, and on that day, I remember where I was at.
Yeah.
I was sitting on a rig doing medical standby in an ambulance when that call went out and we were shut down. And we watched at the station house when we went in to what happened. So please never forget.
Right.
The people that I was around as a firefighter, as an EMT, we are the epitome of what teamwork is. We do some
Mhm.
of the most hardest, difficult work. God love us all, be it whether you're fire, EMS, police, our military. We show what teamwork is day in and day out, and just a big shout out.
Yep. And I mean, shoot. I mean, heck, I met you. I think when you were like 15 or something like that. I mean, to see how you have grown, to see how you have actually embraced. I mean, and I do want to thank you and also your colleagues out there because you guys run into disaster. I mean, we talk about the sports being a collision sports, but heck, we're not running into life flames. We're not going ahead and getting into those head-on crashes. We're not running when buildings are falling down, and that's what these firefighters need to do. They need to come in a lot and save our asses. And shoot, I mean, I do know that there's been a lot of negativity against the men in blue. I mean, those people, the bad ones that are in blue, I mean, take it case by case. Don't go ahead and say, hey, everybody's bad just because you're an officer. Because I have the respect for them too. Because, hey, if somebody's trying to break into my house, trying to kill my family, yeah, I don't own a gun. All right. But that officer with a gun, if he's trying to save my life or my family's life, shoot, he's the one that's there for me. If that firefighter or officer goes ahead and pulls me out of a car crash or whatever, thank you. We need these people. And I do salute you. I mean, this is 9/11, and I was going to say something about it too at the end of the show, but thank you guys for putting your lives on the line so that we can have the nation we have right now. And also, thank you to the military too. We've been out there. I mean, as far as in the pandemic, I was essential worker, but I was not a frontline essential worker. Because I work in the food preparing industry, manufacturing. But
I was frontline.
yeah, I know you were. So you were those firefighters.
And on a side note,
Yeah.
um,
But my greatest respect.
the police, they'd be a little bit late if somebody's breaking in my house. I have everything I need.
Hmm.
My house is not the one you want to break into.
Right. Yeah.
There's your side funny note for today. But yeah,
Yeah.
God love them all. I mean, and I've worked hand in hand with a lot of them. Some of the best people in Kent County Sheriff's Department and Michigan State Police. I've worked with some of the best ones over the years, and can't say enough. I mean, I really can't.
Right.
Yeah, just some of the most greatest people on the planet you will ever. I mean, they are just as real as you and I.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's good and bad in everything that you do, in every career and every job. There's good and bad. So,
Oh yeah.
there it
Right.
is.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you, Grandizer 12, and for everything. You have a good day too. And let's see. Thank you for all the interaction, definitely. And no, I can't believe it's been over 20 years either. I mean, I remember exactly where I was. I was actually at work. Somebody, one of my former supervisors, she came in and she told me, hey, this, what happened. And it was like shock, the trade centers and that being hit, and then you heard about, other stuff going on. And all right. Rumor has it Tim's remembers when. Yeah, right.
Wow.
Oh God, no, 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 no! I'm not that old now. All right.
Wow.
That's a good one.
That hurt.
Yeah, I know. Pearl Harbor.
Wow. So I guess you remember when the Detroit Lions were formed. Anyhow, moving on.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody have a good night, and we want to thank you guys. And Vince, you're welcome to. Yeah, I'm gonna be on Lions Nation Unite. You're welcome to pop in there too. Do you got the app or not? I think I asked.
I can find it.
Yeah, just gotta load up to your phone, or actually, you can even load it to your computer. But you'll see Val; she'll be in the chat too.
When's that?
Her, it well, some of it's going on right now, but it'll be all through game time.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we do that every week. You know, we go in Lions and Unation chat. So, all right, but thank you guys, and with that, so long.
See you.
Yeah. And